I don't want to kill Daniel Jones. I'm sure he's a great kid, and I'm sure that this was a huge night for him, and it probably was somewhat surprising that he won at 6. And the whole David Cutcliffe and the Manning thing and all that other stuff, and the Ernie Accorsi stuff and all that. Daniel Jones would have been great at 17. He probably would have been even better at 30 when the Giants traded back up into the draft to select the defensive back, the first defensive back off the draft board, by the way, at 30th. I don't believe that anybody had any real major interest in him. Everybody that I talked to last night was completely floored, was completely shocked. And to Dave Gettleman, all I could say is you better be right, man. You better be right, because this is a legacy pick. There are 3 guys that went right after Daniel Jones at 7, 8, and 9, and all 3 of those guys could have been starters for your football team this coming season. Now, he has been talking about culture, the locker room, this, that. That's why they love Eli. Eli's a guy that goes there. He's a flatliner, and he's the same guy every day. He's the same guy from the day he walked in there to the day he's going to walk out of there, whenever that may be, and it may be 3 years from now, because they still believe that he has a lot left to give. As far as being a quarterback, when you look at Daniel Jones and what he did in college, it wasn't overly impressive. It was okay. It was good. He is a football lifer, if you will. He loves the game. He's a student of the game. But at number 6, you got to be effing kidding me. You got to be effing kidding me. I mean, at number 6, I really thought, I swear to God, all the way up to the end, I'm thinking Dwayne Haskins.
I thought it was going to be Josh Allen.
And I'm like, come on, go get Dwayne Haskins. Let's go. Let's stop messing around. He fell to you. Let's get this out of the way. You would have been you would have had an excited fan base had you taken Dwayne Haskins, I believe. Now, if you would have taken Josh Allen, you also would have had an excited fan base. Yes,
and that's what I think every Giant fan wanted at that moment. They never thought that Josh Allen would have been there for them at 6. They kept hearing Dave Gettleman talk about defense with that first pick. Boom, there's your edge rusher. That's the guy. And then you deal with the quarterback later in the draft. If it means you have to trade up to get Haskins, if that was your guy, or trade it up from 17 to get Daniel Jones. But to get Daniel Jones at 6, when you said it, who else was interested? All you heard about the Redskins, how they loved Haskins, right? They went and they drafted Haskins, so it wasn't them. The Miami Dolphins weren't in the market for a quarterback. Who else?
The Denver Broncos weren't.
Who else wanted Daniel Jones anywhere near the top 17 picks?
It's bizarre. It's bizarre to say the least. And, and look, Dave Gettleman made the pick. He's going to have to stand by the pick. He's going to have to tell you it's all about culture. Maybe he starts in 3 years. Maybe now we're doing the Green Bay model. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
3 years.
I don't know, man. It's absolutely bizarre. And I hope the kid makes it someday. I just don't think that it was the time to pick that kid. And I think there are a lot of people out there that will tell you, don't reach for somebody. Pick the best available player or you're going to get fired. Who said that this week?
Dave Gettleman.
Bruce Arians also said that.
But Dave Gettleman said he was taking the best player available, that he wasn't going to reach. He said it out of his own mouth. He said that. And what did he do?
You know what? He should run for office. He should be a politician. It's perfect.
Draft a quarterback, Paul?
Yes.
So he changed. With a nice little edit, he changed.
Yeah, but no. The real question should have been, are the Giants going to draft a quarterback at 6, Paul?
Yeah.
That should have been the question.
Yes.
No, he would have said no. He would have never thought that nobody thought that Daniel Jones was going to go number 6. And, Dave Gettleman also said something else that is that may come back to haunt him. And that is we're going to have to pick people, especially a quarterback, that can handle the New York market, that can handle this. And I don't know all that much about Daniel Jones. I've never met the young man. He seems like a good guy. He seems like he's a smart kid. He played for David Cutcliffe. I don't know if he can handle what's about to come down, raining down on top of him. Because if he were at that Giants draft party last night, forget about it.
Oh,
it would have been
God.
it was like one of the worst things. It was almost like when the Philadelphia Eagles drafted Donovan McNabb. Remember that? I mean,
but
it was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it was funny seeing the videos from that.
I mean, I think
people screaming.
I think people would have been fine. My friends who are Giant fans, and I'm not saying that they're all correct, but not to a man, every single one of them was shocked, dismayed, disappointed, and like, here we go again. And all of them, I mean, almost all of them are like, Gettleman's got to get out of here.
Yeah.
He's ruining the franchise.
So,
now, I don't agree with that. I think that's I think that's extreme because I know what he inherited. I know what he's trying to do. And I know that this pick now is going to be, it's just going to be criticized up and down. Not because that they took the kid, it's where they took the kid. If they would have gotten him at 17 or at 30, which I believe they would have gotten him at 30. Now, we don't know what the other 31 other teams are doing in the league. We don't know whether or not he was trying to manipulate trades or any of that stuff at the top of the draft, because I think Mike McCagnon was trying to make trades, just wasn't really happy with the available returns for those trades. So you just never know what else is going on. But, I mean, this to me is forcing a pick on a kid that, I hope we're wrong, but just you right now you look at it, you're like, what in the world did we just do?
Yeah, so speaking of Giants fans' reactions, I texted a friend of mine who's had Giants season tickets in his family since 1953. And I said, what are you guys thinking? He goes, my dad just put up our PSLs for sale and went to bed. Right after the pick. They've been in their family since 1953. They take Daniel Jones. He put the PSLs up for sale and went to sleep. I mean, that is the most extreme reaction for sure.
I think the funniest thing that I saw last night on Twitter was the guy that won the 100 years of tickets for the Giants decided to give him back after he got him.
And by the way, that guy's from Virginia. What type of sense does that make? He's going to go to 8 Giant home games a year from Virginia? Whatever.
Well, whatever. But my thing is that I think the Giant fan is got to get it off their chest. And this is the place for you to get it off your chest, folks, because the Giants did something that I never expected. Nobody expected
Well,
it.
I don't understand. So last quarterback class, Dave Gettleman made it clear, because he's very, very open and honest, especially after the draft, where he said he didn't love any of these quarterbacks. He didn't like any of them. He said Baker Mayfield he didn't like, Josh Rosen didn't like, Sam Darnold he didn't like. He had an opportunity to pick Darnold. He did not. But this year, Daniel Jones, if you were ranking Daniel Jones, if you put Daniel Jones in the draft class last year,
he would be outside the top 4.
Okay, so would he have even been a first rounder?
I don't know. I think maybe would have Baltimore taken him as opposed to Lamar Jackson? Maybe. I think he probably would have been. I think he would have been somewhere between Rosen and Jackson.
Okay,
I mean, but I know they're enamored with two things. They're enamored with his ability to move a little bit, because he does move pretty well, and when you watch his tape, you'll see that. And number 2, I think they're enamored with his size. He's tall, he's lanky, he's an Eli Manning clone. I told you, he has a lot of mannerisms of the way that Peyton Manning. And when Gil Brandt last week said, he reminds me of watching Peyton Manning, maybe not in his performance, but more in his mannerisms. I was like, well, this is going to be real for the Giants. The question is when are they going to get him?